Top 4 easiest residency pathways to move to Portugal in 2026. Hey everyone, my name is Alex and I am a lead consultant with Expat Exact, an expatriate and relocation agency aiding you in finding the destination that matches your destiny. In this video, we are breaking down the top 4 residency pathways to move to Portugal with the exact requirements, income thresholds, and timelines you need to know. Portugal consistently ranks as one of the top countries in the world for expats, especially for those seeking high quality of life and a welcoming culture. But getting there legally requires understanding which visa pathways matches your situation. Each option has different requirements, costs, and benefits. If you get it wrong, you could waste months and thousands of dollars just to get denied. This is why the first thing we do with our clients is determine which path you're eligible for to live in Portugal long term. Pathway number 1 is the D7 visa, perfect for those who have passive income or are financially independent. This is best for retirees, investors, or anyone with steady passive income who doesn't need to work. Yes, the D7 visa allows you to live in Portugal without working, but you must demonstrate sufficient passive income or savings. This is what makes it favorable for retirees living off pensions, for those who have investment income, rental property owners, or anyone taking an extended sabbatical with financial means. The critical restriction is that you cannot work as a salaried employee on this visa. Remote salaried work for a foreign employer is not the purpose of this visa. That's the D8 digital nomad visa. However, light business income from self employment or consulting may be acceptable depending on how it's structured. Let's talk about the requirements. The D7 threshold is based on Portugal's minimum wage, which is updated annually. As of 2026, the minimum wage is approximately €870 per month. For the D7 visa, you need to demonstrate for a single applicant 100% of the minimum wage, and for a spouse or partner, that's plus 50% for the minimum wage. So that's an additional €435 per month. And for each dependent child, add 30% of the minimum wage. So that's €261 per month. Now, that may be a lot to calculate, but for a couple, that's €1,305 per month or €15,660 per year. And when you think about it, that's not that much. While these are the legal minimums, it's strongly recommended to demonstrate income above these thresholds. Portuguese consulates view financial cushions favorably, and showing 150 to 200% of the minimum can significantly improve approval rates and demonstrate genuine financial independence. So, what are the acceptable income sources? Pension income is accepted, such as Social Security, military pensions, teacher retirement, or private pensions. Investment returns also qualify, including dividends, interest, and capital gains. Rental income from investment properties works well, as do savings or bank account balances, though you must show a stable balance over 12 plus months. And finally, royalties or intellectual property income are also acceptable. The key requirements include proof of passive income or sufficient savings with bank statements covering 12 months. You'll need private health insurance or proof of Portuguese social security coverage. A clean criminal record certificate from your country of residence is required and must be apostilled. You'll also need proof of accommodation in Portugal, either a rental agreement or property ownership, and a Portuguese tax number, which is called an NIF. Now, let me share the common mistakes that cause rejection. First is insufficient financial documentation, meaning not showing 12 months of consistent income. Second is the wrong type of health insurance, as travel insurance is commonly not acceptable. Third is incomplete criminal record documentation or a missing apostille. And fourth, attempting to use this visa while actually planning to work remotely. If that's you, use the D8 instead. Also, we have to talk about duration and the path to residency. The initial visa is valid for 4 months to enter Portugal. Once you arrive, your first residence permit is for 2 years. Renewals are then 3 years and then another 3 years. Permanent residency is available after 5 years of a continuous legal residence. And citizenship is available after 5 years of legal residence. Regarding the minimum stay requirement, you must maintain your principal residence in Portugal, and in practice, you should expect to spend the majority of your time in Portugal, typically at least 183 days per year or 6+ months to maintain tax residency and demonstrate genuine residence. Portuguese immigration authorities assess whether Portugal is truly your main home. The last question is around processing times, and this can vary. The consular appointment wait time can range from 2 weeks to 3 months, depending on your location. The visa decision typically takes 60 days, though delays are common. In total, expect 3 to 6 months from your initial application to receiving your visa. Then, after arrival, getting your residence card can take an additional 2 to 4 months. Pathway number 2 is the D8 Digital Nomad Visa. This is best for remote workers, freelancers, and employees of foreign companies who can work from anywhere. Portugal launched this digital nomad visa, the D8, in late 2022, and it has rapidly become one of the most popular pathways for remote professionals. This visa is specifically designed for people who work remotely for foreign employers or clients and want to base themselves in Portugal while maintaining their international income. Let's talk about income requirements. The D8 requires significantly higher income than the D7. You must demonstrate income at least 4 times Portugal's minimum wage. For a single applicant, that's approximately 3,480 euros per month or 41,760 euros per year based on the 2026 minimum wage. This is 4 times the Portuguese minimum wage. Additional family members follow similar percentage increases as the D7, so your spouse is plus 50% and children are plus 30%. The higher threshold reflects that the visa is for active professionals generating a substantial income, not passive retirees. The key requirements are proof of a remote work relationship with a company or clients outside Portugal for at least 3 months. You'll need an employment contract, freelance contracts, or client agreements demonstrating ongoing work. Bank statements showing the required minimum income over the past 3 to 6 months are necessary. You'll also need private health insurance with coverage in Portugal, a clean criminal record certificate that's apostilled, proof of accommodation in Portugal, and a Portuguese tax number or NIF. So, who qualifies? Remote employees working for foreign companies qualify. Freelancers and independent contractors with foreign clients are eligible. Digital entrepreneurs running online businesses can apply. The key is that your income comes from outside Portugal. You're not taking a local job. For duration and path to residency, the initial visa is valid for 4 months to enter Portugal. Your first residence permit is for 2 years. Renewals are 3 years, then another 3 years. Permanent residency is available after 5 years of a continuous legal residence, and citizenship is available after 5 years of legal residence. Similar to the D7, you're expected to maintain Portugal as your principal residence. Plan to spend at least 183 days per year or 6+ months in Portugal to maintain tax residency and demonstrate you're genuinely living there, not just visiting. Processing time for the D8 is similar to the D7, with total process estimating 3 to 6 months from application to receiving your visa. And after arrival, the resident card takes an additional 2 to 4 months. Pathway number 3 is the D2, which is best for business owners, consultants, entrepreneurs, and founders starting or operating a business in Portugal. The D2 visa is designed for entrepreneurs and independent professionals who want to establish or run a business in Portugal. This is commonly used by consultants, agency owners, coaches, service providers, and anyone launching a Portuguese or EU focused business. Unlike the D7 or D8, you're actively building a business in Portugal, not just living off of passive income or remote work. So, what makes a business qualify? Your business must demonstrate economic value to Portugal. This means you need a viable, well documented business plan. You must show a clear revenue model and market analysis. There should be potential to create employment even if yourself just initially. You'll need evidence of relevant experience or qualifications in your field, and registration of your business with Portuguese authorities is required. Common business types include consulting firms, marketing agencies, technology startups, import export businesses, tourism services, education and training companies, and professional services. Unlike the D7 and D8, which have fixed income thresholds, the D2 is more flexible but still has financial requirements. You need sufficient capital to establish and maintain your business, typically 5,000 to 10,000 euros minimum in business accounts, though this varies by business type. You'll need personal funds to support yourself during the startup phase, typically demonstrating at least the D7 minimum, approximately 10,000 euros plus per year. Some consulates may require proof of initial investment or startup capital ranging from 7,500 to 15,000 euros. The exact amount depends on your business plan, industry, and projected expenses. A well capitalized application significantly improves approval chances. The key requirements include a comprehensive business plan, either in Portuguese or with a certified translation. You'll need proof of business registration in Portugal or intent to register. Evidence of sufficient capital and financial resources is necessary. You must show relevant professional qualifications or experience. You'll need a Portuguese tax number or NIF, private health insurance, a clean criminal record that's apostilled, and proof of accommodation in Portugal. For duration and path to residency, the initial visa is valid for 4 months to enter Portugal. Your first residence permit is for 2 years. Renewals are 3 years and then another 3 years, and you'll need to show your business is still active. Permanent residency is available after 5 years of continuous legal residence. Citizenship is available after 5 years of legal residence. You must maintain Portugal as your principal residence and demonstrate you're actively running your business from Portugal. Expect to spend at least 183 days per year in Portugal. Processing time can be longer with the D2. The business plan review can add time off front. The consular appointment wait is 2 weeks to 3 months. The visa decision typically takes 60 to 90 days, sometimes longer for complex business plans. In total, expect 4 to 8 months from application to receiving your visa. Lastly, is pathway number 4 is the golden visa, and this is best for high net worth individuals who can make substantial financial investments and want minimal physical presence requirements. Portugal's Golden Visa program is one of Europe's most well known investment residency program. What makes it unique compared to the D7, D8, and D2 visas is the minimal stay requirement. You can qualify with roughly 7 to 14 days per year in Portugal, while the other visas expect you to actually live there most of the year. This pathway is ideal for people whose income structure doesn't fit D7 or D8 cleanly. For example, high net worth individuals who are asset heavy but don't have clean passive income streams or who aren't salaried remote workers. Examples include founders between exits, people living off capital appreciation, or those with complex investment portfolios. Let's walk you through the current investment options. First is investment funds, where you need 500,000 euro minimum investment in qualifying Portuguese investment funds or venture capital funds focused on Portuguese companies. This has become the most popular route since real estate was restricted. Second is capital transfer, where you transfer 1.5 million euros to a Portuguese bank account maintained for at least 5 years. Third is job creation, where you create at least 10 full time jobs for Portuguese workers or residents. This route is rarely used but available. Fourth is business investment, 500,000 euros invested in a Portuguese company supporting job creation or research activities. Fifth is scientific research, 500,000 euros invested in research activities conducted by Portuguese institutions. And sixth is arts and culture, 250,000 euros invested in artistic production, heritage recovery, or cultural supports. The investment fund route at 500,000 euros has become a practical standard for most applicants since the real estate route closed. The key advantages are significant. There's minimal physical presence, approximately 7 to 14 days per year. Specifically, that's 7 days in the first year, then 14 days in each subsequent 2 year period. If you're there less than 183 days, there's no need to establish tax residency in Portugal. Family members are included, that's your spouse and dependent children. You get access to the Schengen area for visa free travel. There's a path to permanent residency and citizenship without living in Portugal full time. And there's no requirement to give up your current residence or tax status elsewhere. The key requirements are that the qualifying investment must be maintained for a minimum of 5 years. You need a clean criminal record from both your country of residence and Portugal. You'll need a Portuguese tax number or NIF and health insurance coverage. And you must meet the minimum stay requirements 7 days in year one, then 14 days per 2 year period. For duration and path to residency, the initial residence permit is for 2 years. Renewals are 3 years, then another 3 years, and the investment must be maintained. Permanent residency is available after 5 years. Citizenship is available after 5 years of holding the residence permit, though you'll need to pass a basic Portuguese language test at the A2 level. Processing time is longer for the Golden Visa. Investment setup and documentation takes 1 to 3 months. Application submission to pre approval takes 1 to 2 months. Residence card issuance takes 6 to 12 months. Historically, it was much longer, but processing has improved. In total, expect 8 to 18 months from start to receiving your residence card. So, who should consider the Golden Visa? This route makes sense if you have significant investable capital, 500,000 euros or more, and want European residency. If you cannot or do not want to spend 6+ months per year in Portugal. If your income doesn't fit neatly into passive income for D7 or remote employment for D8 categories. If you want a path to EU citizenship while maintaining flexibility in where you live, or if you're looking for investment diversification with a residency benefits. So, which pathway is right for you? In Portugal, the right visa depends on how you earn money and how much flexibility you need. The D7 visa suits retirees or passive income earners with at least 10,440 euros per year and requires living in Portugal more than 6 months annually. The D8 digital nomad visa is for remote workers earning 41,760 euros per year or more from foreign sources and also requires spending most of the year in Portugal. The D2 entrepreneur visa is designed for founders, consultants, and business owners actively building a Portuguese business, typically with 5,000 to 15,000 euros in startup capital and a full-time presence. The golden visa is for high net worth individuals investing 500,000 euros or more and offers maximum flexibility, requiring only 7 to 14 days per year in Portugal. All four pathways lead to the same outcome: permanent residency and eligibility for Portuguese citizenship after 5 years. The key is choosing the pathway that genuinely fits your situation, not just the one that sounds most attractive. And with Expat Exact, we not only review these options with you, but we also aid you in identifying if Portugal or another country is the best fit. Visit expatexact.com and book your consultation today.